Turn dreams into ruthless plans. Listen carefully, because you have been lied to. You have been told to dream big, but not how to build big. You have been told to wish, hope, manifest, visualize, but no one handed you the blueprints for conquest. No one dared to teach you the ruthless precision of planning your own victory. The world applauds the dreamers. It crowns them with empty words: visionary, creative, inspired. But the world belongs to those who can carve that vision into granite with their bare hands. Dreams alone are cheap. Anyone can sleep with a fantasy in their head. But to wake up every morning with the determination to make that dream submit, to force it into reality with relentless planning, disciplined execution, and unwavering belief, that is rare, that is power, and that is what you will become. Because you did not come here to be another pretender. You did not come here to scribble half-baked goals in a notebook you'll never read again. You came here to architect your destiny. You came here to forge the plan that bends the universe to your will. You came here to learn what the great ones knew, that wishing is for the untrained, planning is for the conqueror. So listen, burn this into your bones, because this is not for the weak of spirit or the soft of mind. This is for you, the one who is done pretending, the one who is ready to turn dreams into ruthless plans. First, understand this universal truth. Success is not an accident. It is the deliberate orchestration of desire, belief, clarity, and action. It is the cold-blooded engineering of possibility into certainty. Think of Edison, working for years to perfect the incandescent bulb. He didn't hope light would appear in the darkness. He planned for it, experiment after experiment, failure after failure. He refined the plan until light itself obeyed him. Henry Ford did not wish the automobile into mass production. He designed the assembly line with military precision. He turned a vision of transportation for the common man into an unstoppable system. Carnegie did not imagine steel empires. He mapped them, bought them, integrated them. Walt Disney did not daydream his way to theme parks. He drafted them, layer by layer, ride by ride, experience by experience. These were not men of idle fancy. They were men of plans, detailed, relentless, ruthless. They saw what they wanted, and they reverse-engineered the path to it with unflinching discipline. That is what you must do, because no one is coming to save you. No one will hand you the strategy. Your dream will rot in your mind if you don't give it structure. So let's tear down your illusions. Let's replace your vague hopes with surgical clarity. Let's carve the path that leads you from the fog of fantasy to the throne of achievement. Close your eyes for a moment. See your dream. See it vividly in all its color and detail. Now open your eyes and kill the fantasy, because this is not about escaping reality. It's about dominating it. You cannot afford the luxury of untested, undisciplined dreaming. You must demand clarity. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want? Not success, too vague. Not happiness, too soft. Not wealth, too undefined. Spell it out. Write it in blood. How much money? By when? Doing what? For whom? What does your day look like when you have it? What do you own? Where do you live? Who do you serve? Who do you refuse to serve? Be merciless in detail, because clarity is the first act of war against failure. Most people lose before they begin because they don't know what they're aiming at. A general who doesn't know the objective loses his army. A builder with no blueprint raises ruins. A dreamer with no plan dies disappointed. You must become so clear that the world itself understands what you want, because the world will conspire for you only when you have given it clear instructions. Now, once you have clarity, you must possess belief. Not casual belief. Not social media post belief. Not wouldn't it be nice belief. I'm talking about the absolute conviction that what you want is not only possible but inevitable if you pay the price. This is where most people betray themselves. They say they want greatness, but their self-talk is cancerous. They say they want millions, but they think like beggars. They say they want freedom, but they worship comfort. Belief is the engine that powers your plan. Without it, you will sabotage your own map, because every obstacle will seem bigger than you. Every failure will feel like the end. So you must condition belief like an athlete trains muscle. You must feed it daily. You must defend it ruthlessly. When doubt whispers, answer with certainty. When fear shouts, answer with discipline. When the world laughs, answer with results. This is the law. Belief is not a feeling. It is a decision, and you must choose it again and again, because only when you believe in your plan will you act on it. And only when you act on it will the dream begin to move from ether to earth. But belief alone is not enough. You must have clarity of vision and ruthlessness of detail. You must break your dream down into tactical components, define them, prioritize them, sequence them. This is where most people flinch, because it is easy to say, I want to build an empire. But when you ask, what are the first 5 steps? What are the daily actions? What is the timeline? What resources do I need? Who do I need to become? Suddenly it is work, and the lazy perish here. But not you. You will break your dream down into objectives. You will break objectives into strategies. You will break strategies into tactics. You will break tactics into daily actions, until your plan is so clear that it is simply a matter of execution, because success is not magic. It is the sum of small, well-planned victories. It is the relentless march of disciplined days, and it is reserved for those who design it. So ask yourself now, are you willing to be that disciplined? Are you willing to be that ruthless with your own excuses? Are you willing to murder your laziness? Will you bury your distractions? Will you kill the version of yourself that settles for good enough? Because to plan ruthlessly is to accept no compromise with mediocrity. It is to put your dreams on trial and demand they justify themselves in detail. It is to demand of yourself what the world never will. Excellence, strategy, discipline. This is the path of the builder, the conqueror, the one who turns dreams into ruthless plans. You're still here. That means you're ready to hear the hard truth. You cannot drift your way to greatness. The ocean does not deliver you to treasure by accident. It dashes you on rocks. It strands you on desolate shores. If you want the gold, you need a map, and not a pretty map, drawn in pastel colors to make you feel good. A map that shows every obstacle, every trench, every mountain, every enemy stronghold. A map that is honest about the cost. Because if you want your dream to live in the world, you will have to pay for it with everything that is unnecessary in you. Comfort, distraction, weakness. These are the tolls. You must give them up. You must plan for them to die. You cannot simply hope to find time. You must carve it. You must not hope for motivation. You must manufacture it through habit. You must not rely on luck. You must replace it with preparation. This is where your plan becomes more than words on paper. This is where it becomes a contract with yourself, a vow, a promise you will keep even on the days you feel broken. Discipline is the cement of your plan. Without it, the entire structure collapses. Don't fool yourself with hype. Hype is noise. Discipline is signal. Discipline is showing up when you don't want to. It is doing the work when no one is watching. It is the sacrifice of the easy in service of the necessary. It is Lincoln reading by candlelight for years because he refused to remain ignorant. It is Carnegie studying cost sheets to the decimal to make steel cheaper than anyone else. It is Disney redrawing frames until magic existed on celluloid. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not cinematic until it is finished. In the moment, it is often lonely, thankless, even boring. But it is where greatness is made. And this must be part of your plan, not a vague intention. I'll try to be more disciplined. No, a schedule, a system, a daily non-negotiable standard. You will not see how you feel. You will decide in advance. You will not allow emotion to dictate action. Action will dictate emotion. You will feel good because you did what you promised, not the other way around. Your plan must also be adaptable, because no plan survives first contact with reality unchanged. Do not mistake this for weakness. A rigid plan breaks. A living plan grows. When Edison's 1,000th filament failed, he didn't weep about betrayal. He adjusted. When Ford's early cars stalled in mud, he didn't abandon the automobile. He redesigned it. When Disney went bankrupt on Laugh-O-Gram films, he didn't declare his dreams dead. He invented Mickey Mouse. You are not writing a holy text that cannot be altered. You are drafting a battle strategy. Be prepared to revise. Be prepared to analyze your failures with brutal honesty. What didn't work? Why? What must change? You cannot afford the ego of believing your first plan is perfect. Your plan is a hypothesis. Reality is the experiment. You must learn. You must adapt. You must evolve faster than your obstacles. But beware this subtle trap. Adaptability is not an excuse for abandoning your vision. It is the discipline of finding new routes to the same summit. Your goal remains. Your commitment remains. Your method is what flexes. This is why you must return to your vision regularly. Refine it. Clarify it. Ask yourself if it is still true. Not easier, not more convenient, but true. Because over time, the world will try to seduce you with compromises, with shortcuts, with lesser prizes dressed up as good enough. Your friends will tell you you're too obsessed. Your family might ask why you work so hard. Society will offer you safety in exchange for your fire. You must refuse. You must remain loyal to the highest version of yourself. This is the final test of any ruthless plan. Will you stay true when it becomes harder to do so? Will you stay true when no one understands? Will you stay true when doubt claws at your throat? The greatest plans fail not for lack of strategy, but for lack of integrity to the mission. So engrave this on your heart. Your plan is sacred not because it is perfect, but because it is the promise you made to yourself that you would not die with your dream unfulfilled. You will refine it. You will fight for it. You will bleed for it. But you will not betray it, because the day you do, you will look in the mirror and see a ghost, a shell that once had fire in its eyes. You will see the funeral of your potential, and you will carry that regret to your grave. That is the cost of abandoning your plan. That is the price of giving up on the dream you once dared to claim. But it does not have to be your story. Your story can be the legend of the one who would not bend, who would not break, who would not accept a life dictated by accident and compromise. Your story can be the proof that dreams can be built with plans so precise, so disciplined, so relentless that reality had no choice but to obey. You can be the one who mapped the path through the impossible, who made the intangible bow, who turned the vision in your head into something the world can touch, feel, benefit from. Remember, but you must choose. No one can choose it for you. No one can impose greatness on you. It is a burden you must accept willingly, because only then will you have the strength to carry it. You're here because something in you refuses to be average, because you feel it in your bones. That restless, unrelenting hunger that whispers, "This can't be all there is." You weren't born for mediocrity. You weren't designed to drift. You were made to build, to shape, to command. But that power is not given freely. It is earned, forged in the furnace of deliberate thought, disciplined planning, and merciless execution. There is no other way, because the universe respects those who respect themselves enough to plan, to think so deeply about what they want that the world itself starts to shift. People call it luck, but luck is simply the moment preparation meets opportunity. Luck is the world bending slightly to those who know exactly what they want and have spent every waking moment preparing for it. So if you want to be lucky, be prepared. If you want to be successful, plan. And not just plan like a general at war. Study the terrain. Know your resources. Anticipate the enemy. Prepare for supply shortages. Expect betrayal. Account for failure. And still, find a way to win. Because life is war. Not in the sense of violence or cruelty, but in the sense of relentless challenge, of unending friction, of resistance to your will. It will push back at every turn, test every weakness, probe every doubt, expose every lie you tell yourself. You must be ready. You must be honest. You must be ruthless. That means planning is not some feel-good exercise. It is not setting goals on New Year's Eve with champagne in hand and no intention of following through. It is brutal. It is uncomfortable. It is staring at the truth of what you want and what it will cost you. It is seeing how far you actually are from it, and then mapping every single step you need to close the distance. You don't get to skip this. You don't get to outsource it. No one will build your dream for you. If you want it, you will have to design the plan that makes it inevitable. This is how you kill the lie of someday. Someday is a cemetery for dreams. Someday is what people say when they're too afraid to commit. When they want the illusion of progress without the responsibility of effort. Your plan annihilates someday. Your plan says, this is what I want. This is how I will get it. This is when I will have it. No more vague intentions. No more self-soothing fantasies. No more pretending time is infinite. You are mortal. You have a finite number of days to make this real. Every day wasted in fantasy is a day you cannot get back. Your plan is how you steal those days back from oblivion. But your plan must also account for who you must become, because the version of you who dreams is not yet the version of you who achieves. If it were, you'd already have it. So your plan must not only chart what you will do, it must chart who you will be. What beliefs will you need to adopt? What habits must die? What disciplines must you install? What fears must you face? Who must you be willing to disappoint in order to stay true to your mission? Because make no mistake, your growth will threaten the complacency of those around you. They will try to pull you back, call you obsessed, say you've changed. They're right, you will change. That is the point. Because you cannot stay who you are and have what you want. The plan is not just about building the dream, it is about building you. This is why most people never do it. It's too hard. It's too confronting. It's too demanding. They'd rather pretend. Rather keep their dreams vague so they never have to fail at them. Because once you plan, truly plan, there is no hiding. You know what you want. You know what it takes. And you know if you're doing the work or lying to yourself. Planning eliminates plausible deniability. It forces you to see your laziness, your fear, your inconsistency. And most can't stomach that. But you're still here. You're listening, which means you're not most people. You have already taken the first step. You have faced the truth that dreaming is not enough, that wishing will not save you, that you must plan, and not plan in half measures, but plan so completely that you cannot escape your own clarity. Plan so ruthlessly that you leave no room for your weaker self to wriggle out. So ask yourself right now, what is the dream you keep locked away? What is the life you want so badly it hurts? Stop lying to yourself that you don't know. You know. You've always known. You've just been too afraid to admit it, because admitting it would mean confronting how far you are from it. But that pain is good. That pain is your map. It tells you exactly where you need to go. So feel it, embrace it, use it. Then pick up your pen, your notebook, your calendar, and carve your dream into steps, into goals, into daily actions, into a schedule you can hold in your hand. Because until you do that, your dream is just a ghost, and you are haunted. Hold that image. Feel the weight of it pressing on your chest, the life unlived, the dream deferred, the silent regret waiting to claim you in old age. That is the enemy. That is what you're fighting. Not just failure, but the gnawing knowledge that you never really tried, that you never gave yourself the chance to become the person who could have had it, that you betrayed yourself for comfort, for fear, for other people's approval. So promise yourself right now, you will not go quietly. You will not leave this world with your song unsung. You will not die with your dream trapped in your mind. You will build it, stone by stone, hour by hour, plan by plan, This is not motivation. This is not hype. This is your call to arms. Because no one will do it for you. No one will show up every day and do your push-ups. No one will sacrifice their comfort for your ambition. No one will bleed for your vision. Only you. So your plan must be clear enough that there is no confusion, specific enough that there is no ambiguity, demanding enough that there is no hiding. This is how you separate yourself from the masses. Most people want to feel good. They want the dopamine of dreaming without the discipline of building. They want the identity of entrepreneur, artist, creator, leader, without the daily grind those titles require. They want the rewards without the work. And so they drift, they dabble, they blame circumstances. They curse bad luck, they comfort themselves with platitudes. Everything happens for a reason. If it's meant to be, it will be. I'm just waiting for the right time. They will wait forever, because there is no right time. There is only the time you make. Your plan is how you make time your ally, instead of your assassin. It is how you bend the days to your will, how you stop watching the clock and start using it. You do not get more time than anyone else. You just plan to waste less. While others are distracted, you execute. While they sleep, you study. While they complain, you adapt. While they blame, you build. That is the difference. That is the advantage. Not talent, not genius, not luck, but planning, discipline, relentless, methodical action in service of a clear and worthy aim. But let's go deeper. Your plan cannot be just about having. It must be about becoming, because money can be spent, titles can be stripped, things can be lost. But who you become in the pursuit, no one can ever take that from you. That is the real wealth, the unshakable self-respect of knowing you paid the price, that you did not fold under pressure, that you did not lie to yourself about what you wanted or what it would take, that you were willing to sacrifice your comfort for your calling, that you learned the skills, mastered the craft, faced the fears, endured the failures, and kept going. Your plan is not just a map to your dream. It is the crucible in which you forge yourself. If you plan half-heartedly, you will act half-heartedly. If your plan is vague, your results will be random. If your plan is timid, your future will be small. But if your plan is clear, precise, relentless, you will become someone who cannot be denied, someone the world must reckon with, someone who demands a seat at the table or builds their own. And don't mistake this for arrogance. It is responsibility, because your dream is not just for you. It is the way you serve, the way you lift others, the way you show what is possible. When you plan well and execute, you don't just change your life. You change the lives of everyone around you. You inspire. You teach. You prove. Your plan is not selfish. Your plan is your gift, your obligation, your declaration that you will not leave this world as you found it. So stop pretending you don't know what you want. Stop whining about how hard it is. Of course it's hard. That's the point. That's what makes it worth it. If it were easy, everyone would have it. If it were free, it would have no value. But you're not here for easy. You're not here for cheap. You're here for real. For the satisfaction that can only come from doing the work, from designing the plan, from executing it every single day, from watching your dream materialize not because you wished for it, but because you built it. So here is your charge. Commit. Commit to the dream so clearly that it frightens you. Commit to the plan so completely that it disciplines you. Commit to the work so relentlessly that it transforms you. Do not give yourself an out. Do not give yourself permission to quit. Do not give yourself the luxury of blame. Because when it's all over, the only question that will matter is, did you do what you said you would do? Did you become who you promised you would be? Hold that question in your mind like a burning brand. Let it sear away your excuses, because that question will outlive every justification you invent. It will survive the years you wasted. It will echo in the quiet hours of your final days. Did you do what you said you would do? Did you become who you promised you would be? There is no one else in that reckoning. No one to blame. No one to save you. No audience. Just you and the mirror. So make sure you can answer with pride. Your plan is how you ensure that answer. It is the proof. You refuse to drift. It is the contract you signed with your future self. It says, I will not waste my potential. I will not apologize for wanting more. I will not fear the cost of excellence. I will pay it, gladly, because the alternative is unthinkable. To live small, to settle, to wonder forever what could have been, to die with the taste of regret on your tongue. So let your plan be savage. Let it be honest. Let it be demanding. Don't plan like someone who wants to dabble. Plan like someone who wants to conquer. Map the terrain. Chart the obstacles. Define the milestones. Name the sacrifices. Make the costs explicit. Do not lie to yourself about them. Welcome them. Because when you see clearly what it will take, you are free to decide if you're truly willing. And if you are, nothing can stop you. That is why most people fail. Not because their dreams are impossible, but because their plans are half-truths and hopes dressed as strategy. They tell themselves comforting lies. I'll figure it out as I go. I don't want to be too rigid. I'm waiting for inspiration. Meanwhile, time devours them. Life moves on, and one day they wake up and realize they ran out of some days. Don't be them. If you want to be free, you must enslave yourself to the plan. You must bind yourself to discipline so that you can break your chains of mediocrity. People think freedom is doing whatever you want. That's not freedom. That's chaos. Real freedom is having the power to do what you must, to act on your values, not your impulses, to build the life you choose, not the one you settle for. Your plan is the price of that freedom. It is the blueprint that replaces wishful thinking with certainty. That converts fear into preparation. That transforms confusion into clarity. So don't plan softly. Don't pad it with easy wins to make yourself feel good. Plan to be challenged. Plan to suffer. Plan to endure. Because the dream you want demands a new version of you. A harder, sharper, wiser version. One forged in the fires of discipline and tempered by failure. Your plan is the forge. Your days are the hammer. Your actions are the blows that shape you. You think Edison didn't plan? You think Ford didn't plan? You think Carnegie didn't plan? These men lived in their plans. They obsessed over them. They rewrote them. They studied them. They bled for them. They understood the stakes, that the world would not simply hand them success, that they would have to take it. That means you must do the same. If you want their results, you must adopt their rigor, their intolerance for vague wishes, their obsession with detail, their patience for iteration, their commitment to the long term. Because the world will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path. It will tempt you with easier roads that lead nowhere. It will distract you with comforts that dull your hunger. It will mock you for wanting more. It will reward your laziness with temporary pleasure while it steals your future. Your plan is how you fight back. Your plan is how you see through the illusions. Your plan is how you choose pain now over regret forever. Your plan is how you ensure you don't die wondering what if. So ask yourself right now, what do you want? Not what you think you can get. Not what others say is realistic. What do you truly want? And then ask, what will it cost? Write it down, all of it. The hours, the money, the skills, the failures, the rejection, the ridicule, the sacrifice of comfort, the loss of approval, the endless repetition, the boredom of practice, the terror of risk, the loneliness of choosing your path over the herds. Now ask yourself, will you pay it? Because until you say yes, your plan is worthless. Your dream is a lie you tell yourself to feel better about your inaction. Say yes. Mean it. Back it with action. So consistent it becomes your identity. Because that is what this is about. identity, becoming, not just having, but being. You will be the one who plans, who acts, who adapts, who endures, who refuses to quit, who turns dreams into ruthless plans, and then executes them until they are real, because there is no other way. Because the universe does not negotiate with the unprepared. It does not reward the undisciplined. It does not pity the half-committed. It moves for those who move first, who move with clarity, with purpose, with relentlessness.